Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of 4305 Back at the House video, and this time on menu pricing. There are a few different ways to calculate your menu price, but you should consider things like raw ingredient costs and other costs or non-food costs such as rent, labor, utilities, and marketing. Since you've learned about how to cost your recipes in the previous video, that will come in handy when you do your calculation to set your menu price. You should also consider your customer or your target market, as different types of customers would have different price points that they feel comfortable at, and you should set your price points comparable to your competition and your location as well. Although there are many menu pricing methods, but we will discuss only two in this video. By far, the markup on cost method would be the most commonly seen pricing method used, and you will see why later in this video. So let's talk about markup on cost method. This method is quite simple and easy to use. All you need is the cost of the recipe and your food cost percent, meaning how much or what percentage of your menu price should be in relation to how much you are spending on your raw ingredient costs. So, the menu price or selling price would always be considered 100%. For this method, what you do is you take the recipe cost of an item and just divide by the desired food cost percent, and you would get the menu price. Average food cost percent would be about 20 to 40% in the industry depending on the operation. Now, if you remember the recipe cost card from the previous video, this would come into play here once you set your portion cost. Let's take a look. Here, you have your portion cost figured out, and you can add your desired food cost percent here in this box. In this example, the food cost is 30%, and you can put your menu price here. Adjusted menu price is where you can clean up the price of all the decimals so that it is more presentable and cleaner on the final menu. Now, you may think that you are making a lot of money when you're charging $10 for something that cost you $2.67 in raw costs. But remember, that is just the gross profit margin, not the net profit. After you take out your other expense such as rent, labor, utilities, marketing, administrative in general, licenses, taxes, and list goes on, then your net profit or bottom line would usually be much lower if you have any left over. There are some instances where you would set the menu price based on your competitor's price, but it should only be used for promotional purposes. Permanently setting the menu price based on your competition is not recommended, since lowering the menu price may not be sustainable for such a long period of time, and you have no idea how much your competitor is paying for their ingredients or for their overhead. So you could be losing money while they can still make their profit. Just like anything else you do during your menu planning process, always think like a guest and set the menu price that matches your food and your service. Thanks again for joining, this time on menu pricing, and see you guys next time.